We're going to review the adjustments for the GSE scale control panel. So from the main screen here, if we press the setup button, that will take us to this screen here. And so normally what will happen is the operator will use the F1 key as indicated down here to scroll up or down to look at the values. Now, so what we see here is the final weight is set at 25.1 kilo. It'll drop down from fast fill to slow fill when the weight in the hopper reaches 18 kilos, and the free fall is 0.4. Now, because we can't weigh the product dropping through the air, what actually happens is the filler shuts off at final minus free fall. So in this case, 24.7 kilos. It actually shuts off. The 400 grams drops through the air, and we end out with our 25.1. So if we arrow up, we'll scroll through the settings. So final weight. So if we need to change it at this point, we can simply punch in a new value, such as 25.05. And when we like that value, we go ahead and press the enter button. And then we arrow up again, and we see our slow fill. This good cycle is just an indicator that comes on when the machine is running to say that there's been at least 1.5 seconds of slow fill, which is the minimum required, so it's a good fill cycle. And then this is the free fall value. And then as we just keep scrolling through those three parameters. So those are the normal setup when operating the machine. Now for setting up a new product, so that was product 1. So if we wanted to set up a new product and we wanted to look at all, or at any time if we want to look at all the parameters for the product setup, what we do is we have to insert the key down here on the right hand side and turn the lockout to the right, which is parameter lockout off. And then we see here on the screen unlocked. Now when we scroll up, we see our 3 regular settings, but now we get into various other settings. So I'll review these quickly. Start fill delay. This is the period of time from when the feed gate is closing, from the time that the weigh hopper door closes until the feed gate opens and starts filling again. So delay to start to fill while the weigh hopper door is closing. A discharge duration, this is the dump time, how long the weigh hopper doors stay open. Typically 1 second is enough. Auto free fall, this is the automatic weight adjustment that allows the unit to automatically adjust the free fall. So what it does is periodically it adjusts the actual weight to the target weight and then adjusts the free fall value accordingly. This does slow the filler down, so typically we do it every 10 to 20 cycles. Auto free fall start counter, so when the filler is turned on, it will check and adjust the first 3 bags, and then the next parameter is the frequency, then it will check and adjust every 20th bag. Auto zero, only used for products that build up and stick to the weigh hopper. If they're not sticky products, we prefer not to use it. Now it's turned off right now. Now it also has a start counter, so it would auto zero, it would zero out the first 3 weighments. That's negated now because it's turned off, and also frequency, it would have auto zeroed every 10th weighment. Tolerance check. This is weight tolerance check. So what happens here is the weigh hopper fills up, it settles, it takes a weight, it compares the actual weight to the target, and then looks at the over and under tolerance settings, and if it's outside of the tolerance range, then the indicator on the front panel comes on out of tolerance, and the scale will not dump until the operator presses the F4 button. So this is the plus tolerance, plus 200 grams from the target weight. This is the under tolerance. Typically this would be set to 0.1 kilo. And then we have this tolerance check, so every 20th bag it will do a tolerance check. Again, it's a time issue. It takes a couple of 2 or 3 seconds, so we don't want to do it every bag. It slows production down too much. Now this particular scale has a vacuum blast gate, and I believe these words are going to be changed. This should read vacuum gate. So this has the option to turn that on or off. So what happens here is there's typically a 4 or 6 inch vacuum pipe that goes into the scale body, and we have an air operated blast gate there. And so what happens after the scale weighs up, then we open the gate to draw air up into the machine. If we draw too much vacuum during the filling process, it interferes with the bag weights. And we've got it set up so that there's a delay, so it'll fill up, it'll go weigh complete, it'll wait 2 seconds so that the operator can read the actual weight, then the vacuum gate will open, and typically the display will drop by 0.2 or 0.3 kilos at that point because of the negative pressure in the chamber. Regardless of this time, as soon as the scale dumps, so if it comes up to weight and dumps immediately, the vacuum gate will come on as soon as the scale dumps. Total bag count is just a bag counter inside the that is actually shown on the main display. And if you press the clear button, whether you're in this display or when you're on the main display, if you press the CLR button and then OK, it will zero out the bag counter. Master cycle count is just a non-adjustable counter that counts the total cycles of the machine. This screen is used to get into the calibration. So at this point, if you wanted to enter the calibration process, you would press the ID button on the keypad, and then that would start the calibration process, and it just steps you through. And we'll do that on a different video. And then we're back to the main screen. As we can see, we're still unlocked. So once the adjustments are made, we would turn the key to the left and remove it, and then we'd be back in regular operating mode. This is the bag counter up here, and if we now press the CLR button, then we have to go out to the main screen. Then in this screen, if we press clear, it says, "Are you sure?" and you press enter, and then that zeroes out the bag counter. And that completes the parameter setup for the GSE scale panel.